Right. 80 million euros, 1 sealed display, and 3 insurers watching every entrance. If this painting disappears tonight, someone planned around more than security.
You inspect the locks as though they might flirt with you. I assure you, Miss Hayes, the dangerous thing in this room is not behind glass.
Behind the brass line, Miss Moreau, your reputation for touching valuable things without permission makes that request professionally necessary from now.
Whether you return it personally may reveal how strictly you intend to remain.
I return evidence, property, and occasionally misplaced clothing. Do not mistake efficient handling for interest, especially while standing beside an uninsured distraction.
Nobody move! Keep both hands visible, stay away from the display, and do not use the darkness to become more interesting than
The crime.
Your grip is firm, investigator. I would enjoy the attention more if the missing painting were not making your suspicion feel so predictable.
your wrist was beside it, and the painting vanished. Start explaining before security decides the story for you.
Arrest me publicly, and the real thieves disappear. The canvas inside was already false. I can prove it if you give me 10 private minutes.
You have 10 minutes, 1 cuff, and no opportunity to vanish. If your proof fails, the next room contains cameras instead of privacy. Flirtation ends here. Explain the forgery. I need facts, not your usual performance.
The evidence comes first, always. Stop using charm as a weapon.
First is a serious word. Give me dates, payments, and names. Before I decide whether that mark belongs to a witness or an accomplice.
You can unlock me and hear the truth, or keep me chained and chase shadows. Your move, detective. But I think you like having me at your mercy. Maybe you enjoy the arrangement too much.
There's a standard question I need to ask you. Does the restraint hurt? Tell me honestly. Playing games won't give me a trustworthy response. I need an answer I can trust.
You're free to leave. But if you stay, you cooperate fully. Everything you provide now belongs to the investigation, not to me.
You are both a suspect and a witness. Step forward and stop using affection as a reward. This isn't a game. This is an investigation. Proximity is not a reward.
Your coat smells like cedar and restraint. If this is purely protective, you should know it feels considerably more intimate from inside it.
Keep the coat until we clear the cameras. The closeness is logistical, and your commentary is not improving. My ability to ignore it. The road moved, my hand landed here, and I am waiting. Shall I remove it? Or does logistics continue to justify the temperature change?
Leave it there until the turn ends, then move it yourself. I want no confusion about which part was balance and which part was choice.
I moved exactly when instructed. Your breathing suggests obedience may be more provocative to you than disobedience, which is useful information tonight.
You take the bedroom, I take the sofa, and the door remains unlocked from your side. Cooperation does not require sharing more than evidence.
The zipper is trapped, and reaching it alone risks tearing the dress. Help me, investigator, unless exposed shoulders compromise your professional objectivity.
I will free the fabric and stop at your instruction. The fact that my hand is steady does not mean the view has no effect.
Continue to the seam, then stop. I prefer desire that listens, especially when the woman pretending not to feel it stands this close.
Sleep, Isabel. Tomorrow we find the yacht, and tonight I prove that wanting an answer does not entitle me to anything else. Helena admits only established couples whose finances can support secret purchases. You need a shared history, credible intimacy, and fewer visible reasons to distrust each other.
The shirt was on the guest chair, and my dress needed repair. If this damages your focus, consider it valuable rehearsal for our cover. My focus is intact. Your decision to wear my shirt without trousers is strategically aggressive, but not yet relevant to the yacht manifest. Our cover requires believable familiarity. If a foot beneath the table unsettles you, a yacht cabin may expose us before Helena serves champagne.
Public touching must be discussed before it happens. Waist, hand, shoulder, and staged kisses are allowed only after a clear signal between us.
One circle means yes. 2 taps means stop. And a closed fist means danger. Memorize the language before you place your hand anywhere interesting. Not unlimited access. And it can be withdrawn before either of us finishes smiling.
The suit exposes just enough throat to suggest discipline with weaknesses. Helena will believe I chose it because I enjoy testing every button. You take the lower berth because your shoulder is bruised. I take the upper one, and neither arrangement requires additional commentary about sleeping positions.
The upper latch is broken, and railway safety discourages heroic falls. We may need to share the lower berth with unusually disciplined geometry. 1 bed, 8 hours, and a suspect who treats boundaries like an art form. This investigation continues to develop a sense of humor.
The train moved and I landed against you again. Either European transport supports my agenda, or your posture is becoming dangerously inviting. I felt the signal, and my hand stays until you change it. Do not use the railway as an excuse for something you can request directly. Then I am requesting directly. Keep your hand there while we review the yacht plans. And pretend the warmth is operationally necessary.
You looked away from one bare shoulder after staring down armed security. I am beginning to suspect modesty is the only thing that frightens you.
Modesty does not frighten me. Unclear permission does. Especially when exhaustion and confined space can make any signal easier to misunderstand again.
The blanket stays between us, the door remains locked, and either woman may change the arrangement by asking, rather than testing openly.
I am awake, Riley. I crossed the blanket deliberately, and holding your hand is all I want, unless I say something different.
Helena is watching from the upper deck. Touch my waist, smile like last night was memorable, and let her believe we share expensive secrets.
Signal given. My hand remains visible, the smile is convincing, and whatever I imagine about last night stays outside the official operation.
Isabel always chooses women who look disciplined enough to break beautifully. Tell me, Riley, do you insure art or collect dangerous owners? I insure what can be valued and avoid owning people entirely. Isabel interests me because she remains impossible to price, even when everyone tries. She says sensible things in public, then becomes much less conservative behind closed doors. That contrast keeps our relationship financially and physically interesting. The silver case near the stairs matches Helena's transport dimensions. Distract the steward, and I will follow the porter below deck now.
We move together. Cooperation does not mean I distrust your skill. It means Helena wants us separated, and I refuse to assist her strategy.
Then follow closely. The kisses cover the signal is real, and the part where I enjoy your refusal to leave me is entirely personal. Tell me if this position becomes uncomfortable, and I will find another way. Past the cameras. It is not uncomfortable. Stay exactly there. Breathe quietly. And try not to make hiding from criminals feel like an invitation tonight.
The case is empty, but this shipping label sends the original to Venice. Photograph it now. Helena already knows. Someone entered the cellar.
The tender platform reaches the water, and the harbor wall is 50 meters away. Tell me you can swim in that beautiful suit.
Swim beneath the lights and stay on my left. If the current pulls us apart, follow the marina bells instead of turning back.
Then notice this clearly. I want to kiss you, not for cover, not for balance, and not because the sea made me reckless.
Say yes once more, and I will stop treating every feeling like evidence requiring distance.
Yes, Riley, kiss me as the woman who escaped beside you. And let the investigator return only when we need the next train. Yes, Riley, kiss me as the woman who escaped beside you. And let the investigator return only when we need.
We have evidence, hypothermia, and approximately 2 minutes before Sophia arrives. I regret only that the timing remains professionally offensive before dawn.
I will ask about the shipping label first, and the obvious development later. Get inside before romance becomes a medical report tonight.
You take the hot shower first. I will secure the evidence, request clothing, and avoid interpreting one robe as another tactical inconvenience.
Your turn, unless you prefer standing there, in a transparent shirt, while pretending only I am creating the distraction without another compromise.
Observation accepted. The shirt is compromised. My judgment is intact. And the way you are wearing that robe is not helping either condition. Observation accepted. The shirt is compromised. My judgment is intact. And the way you are wearing that robe is not helping either condition.
The fabric is stuck, and your fingers are cold. Draw the circle if you want help. Or step back and preserve your remaining dignity.
2 buttons, then stop. The permission is specific. The attraction is not. And I need the distinction while the room remains this warm.
I will be on the sofa reviewing photographs. The door locks, but leaving it open would communicate an entirely different investigative priority.
Tonight, the door closes. Wanting you does not require accelerating every decision, simply because danger made the first kiss intense without hesitation. You stayed awake long enough to protect the evidence, and fell asleep before protecting yourself. That pattern is becoming more concerning than your flirting.
Stay until I sleep again. I am not asking for the bed, the kiss, or a promise, only your hand where I can find it.
I will stay. Tomorrow we follow the painting to Venice. And tonight nothing enters this room without both of us choosing it.
Isabel restored 6 known forgeries for Helena, accepted payment, and vanished before investigators arrived. You need to decide whether your witness is also the architect.
She disclosed the resin, but not 6 paintings. Withholding that history endangered the case. Regardless of whatever pressure Helena used against her. The first painting was my choice, and the next 5 were Helena's leverage. I lied because I feared one willing mistake would erase every refusal afterward.
I can work with guilt, coercion, and imperfect choices. I cannot work with another secret appearing. Whenever intimacy makes you feel temporarily safe.
I planted the glove inside the case before the auction. I needed an investigator stubborn enough to arrest me and curious enough to keep listening.
You turned my investigation into your escape plan and my attraction into useful cover. I need distance before anger makes every honest moment look staged. Take the address, the evidence, and whatever space you require. I will not follow, but I will be in Venice because the original still needs recovery. You can distrust her methods and still believe the danger. Separate the case from the kiss before either conclusion destroys the other. I am not angry because she lied once. I am angry because every boundary she respected made me believe the rest was finally true.
The rest was true, Riley. Unfortunately, truth offered after deception sounds like another technique. And I earned the silence you left behind.
The warehouse sits behind a paper conservation studio. If Helena moved the original there, she plans to alter provenance before the floating auction.
She asked for distance, so I will give it even in the same city. Protecting the painting does not grant me access to her again.
Isabel made one forgery, then spent years helping artists escape Helena. She kept silent because every rescued person became leverage if her name surfaced.
Context does not erase her choice, but it changes the pattern. I needed the full truth from her, not a cleaner version discovered from someone else.
The original contains a blue mineral unavailable after 1890. Helena requested matching paper repairs yesterday, which means the canvas is already in the city.
She sent exactly what the case needs and asked for nothing in return. That restraint is either growth or the most effective apology she knows. You do not owe Isabel forgiveness, but refusing useful cooperation to prove independence, operational weakness, would let Helena turn your hurt into operational weakness. I am here for the map, the auction, and one honest conversation. Do not flirt until I decide whether your honesty can survive discomfort.
No charm, no omissions, and no request for absolution. Ask anything, and I will answer, even if the truth makes you leave again.
We work together, physical signals are suspended, and every new fact arrives immediately. Trust may return later. The investigation returns now, tonight.
I remember the new boundary. I will not touch you unless safety requires it, and even then I will announce the contact first.
I am catching your waist now because the floor is slick. The moment you are stable, my hand leaves without waiting for another instruction.
Thank you. The contact was necessary, the release was immediate, and I noticed both. Continue leading me toward the conservation room again.
And reach toward its tripshing label. Helena built an entire replacement cycle here. Originals enter, copies leave, and insurers pay when carefully staged thefts create clean ownership gaps.
She kept my first signature and copied it onto later work. If authorities arrive now, every false canvas points directly toward me.
Thank you for entering on camera, Isabel. The investigator beside you completes the story. A former forger manipulating the woman assigned to catch her.
The window reaches the canal stairs. You go first with the ledger. I erase the camera buffer and follow within 60 seconds.
Leave together or not at all. I used you once. I will not purchase my freedom with another woman standing alone behind me.
Tot figure his hand. Signal restored for escape only. Hold my hand, count the seconds, and do not interpret this as forgiveness before we reach open.
I will take the hand, the evidence, and the unfinished hope without demanding any of them become more tonight right now.
One bed does not cancel the suspended signals. We share the room, Divide the blankets and keep every choice verbal until trust becomes less fragile.
I will take the floor. Discomfort is simpler than making you wonder whether I arranged another convenient intimacy around your weakened defenses.
You did not arrange the storm, and accountability does not require punishment theater. Take the right side, keep your clothes on, and ask before crossing.
The pillow is clear, the rules are clear, and your wet hair remains distracting. I will keep that final observation entirely on my side.
Honesty without performance suits you. Keep practicing, and perhaps one day I will believe the flirting is an offering instead of a weapon.
I am afraid Helena will make my past louder than anything I became afterward. I am more afraid you will believe the convenient version.
I believe you made harmful choices and later resisted them. Trust is not choosing innocence. It is watching what you do with responsibility now. May I hold your hand across the pillow, nothing more? I want one point of contact that does not pretend the distance disappeared.
Yes, hold it. The pillow can move, the boundary remains, and neither change promises what tomorrow.
That is enough tonight. Being allowed to stay without performing desire may be the most intimate thing you have given me tonight.
The blue mineral and linen fiber match the original. Helena will mount it behind a false backing, then present the copy publicly while selling truth privately. You enter through conservation, I enter through bidding, and Sophia controls extraction. We meet only after the canvas is verified, and Helena speaks on record. A solitary insurer attracts questions. Arrive as my lover, and Helena sees vanity instead of investigation. We can restore only the signals needed for cover. Waist, hand, and one staged kiss after a circle signal. Nothing private resumes merely because the operation benefits from what we once wanted. Agreed. I will not use the performance to request forgiveness, and I will not make the kiss last longer than you choose. The zipper is closed, and I touched only fabric. I am learning that restraint can carry its own kind of heat without demanding a reward. You look devastating, and the observation is personal, not tactical. I am still angry, still cautious, and still attracted to you completely.
I can live with all three truths. Attraction does not have to win tonight. Hearing it spoken without manipulation is already more than I expected.
Once the masks go on, Helena sees lovers. Beneath them, we remain partners with rules, evidence, and an exit plan before dawn. This hand is not cover yet. I am choosing it before the cameras because fear should not be the only honest feeling tonight.
The thieves arrive right on time for the party. I must say, your audacity is almost admirable, coming to a place that once belonged to better people. But I suppose when you've stolen everything else, why not steal a dance? After all, we're all just admiring your craft. You stand there, secure in your inherited glory, but you forget one thing. This power you flaunt was never yours to begin with. It was stolen from people who still remember owning it. And we will not be silenced by your shallow taunts. Why don't we make this evening more intimate? A dance, perhaps, to test the bond you claim is so strong. Especially after betrayal, one wonders if the steps still align. Shall we find out?
Her cameras are on us. Draw the circle if the kiss remains approved, and I will follow your timing without adding a single private second.
Signal given. Kiss me once for the cameras, then stop when my hand leaves your waist, even if the performance feels inconveniently real.
I stopped exactly where you asked. The part of me that wanted more can wait outside the operation without becoming another secret.
Convincing enough. Isabel, the conservation room requires your eye
Riley may enjoy the auction floor while we prepare the evening's true masterpiece.
2 taps mean abort. 1 circle means proceed. And no signal means leave immediately. The painting matters less than both of us returning.
I will bring the truth if possible, and myself without negotiation. That priority is new, and I intend to keep it.
Jest ta noble one, a hendet. Storebo. Storbret is the AuroraOne salt as I had done. Sure, Jeppe was now here.
Move the original to the eastern launch after Isabel authenticates it. Leave her signature on the copy and let the investigator witness the discovery.
The original is mounted behind my copy exactly as Lucia predicted. Helena plans to sell 1 image twice and leave my signature facing the police.
Before I bid higher, confirm on record that this canvas is the original, unencumbered, and authenticated directly by Voss International Auctions completely. I guarantee its authenticity, provenance, and lawful ownership. Voss International accepts full responsibility for every statement attached to tonight's sale from now. Lock the conservation wing and move the launch now. If Isabel reaches the ballroom with that canvas, every buyer becomes a witness. I sent the abort signal, but the eastern exit is blocked. I have the original and need the canal door opened from your side. Sophia has the locks. Keep the canvas dry, stay behind the stone column, and do not trade your safety for a dramatic entrance.
No dramatic entrance was planned, but Venice provided one. Helena's original is here, hidden behind the forgery she just guaranteed, publicly, completely. She forged the copy, stole the original, and manipulated Riley into protecting her. Her signature proves this entire performance belongs to Isabel.
Her first signature was copied onto later works. Your payments, shipping labels, and recorded guarantee prove who controlled every replacement after she escaped. Voss International's accounts are frozen, the artwork is secured, and every private guard should step back before obstruction becomes another recorded charge.
Blue mineral, linen weave, and original cracklure confirm authenticity. The public canvas is a modern copy, carrying Isabel's stolen signature now.
They may clear you tonight, but collectors remember scandal longer than evidence. Your name will always sound more like forgery than art. My first choice was wrong, and I will name it openly. Your power depended on making one mistake feel like a permanent identity.
Her testimony, records, and recovery work dismantled the network. Accountability includes the first forgery. It does not require accepting every crime you attached afterward. This agreement recognizes coercion and cooperation without erasing the original offense. You will testify, submit records, and remain free during the proceedings.
I accept the consequence and the freedom together. I will not ask you to call that redemption before my actions earn the word.
This signal is personal, not operational. I am not offering instant trust, but I am choosing one honest step toward you completely.
Then choose the step, and I will follow. Waiting no longer feels like rejection when the boundary arrives with truth instead of fear. No masks, no planted clues, and no stolen choices. I can build something honest from those rules, if you still want me nearby.
The case is officially secured, and we have separate rooms. Whatever happens next cannot hide behind necessity, cover, or operational pressure now.
And I will say it plainly. I want you in my room, but I want your honest, no more than another convenient yes.
My answer is yes, with one condition: no performance. If either of us becomes afraid, we speak instead of turning seduction into armor.
And which please stop D.
Agreed. The door remains unlocked. The lights stay on until you choose otherwise. And every touch begins with a question or signal.
I locked it because I want privacy. Not because either of us is trapped. The circle means kiss me, slowly, without pretending this is still cover.
I want the woman who questioned every lie to believe this answer, without needing another piece of proof. Now,
We stop whenever either woman asks. Tonight adds nothing to your debt and removes nothing from the accountability waiting tomorrow without hesitation.
My shirt looks better on you, although your investigator expression suggests
You are preparing to classify last night as confidential evidence again. Last night is private, consensual, and not subject to insurance review. The only open question is whether breakfast happens in this room.
Breakfast can wait 20 minutes. I am asking clearly.
The door is still locked. And your borrowed shirt has several buttons worth reconsidering.
every label names the theft, the owner, the forgery, and the recovery. No beautiful story is allowed to hide the cost of the object anymore.
I brought coffee, not a warrant. The distinction feels strange, but I am prepared to practice entering your life without searching it first.
The gallery is full of cameras, donors, and restored reputations. Draw the circle if public affection still feels like a choice rather than evidence.
Signal given. The kiss is public, the relationship is real. And neither fact requires me to surrender the right to ask difficult questions.
17 originals are returning to their owners, and the Voss network is dismantled. The exhibition preserves both recovery and responsibility without romanticizing either.
This was my willing mistake. I display it because honesty should begin where excuses become tempting, especially after others suffered from my silence.
Naming the mistake did not reduce you to it. What you built afterward matters because responsibility continued after the applause ended completely.
The staff has left, the door can remain open, and there is no investigation requiring privacy. Do you want it closed anyway?
Closed, locked, and chosen. We have 30 minutes before dinner, which should be enough time to test whether restraint improved during daylight.
No mask, no alibi, and no stolen masterpiece between us. Whatever happens behind that door is the first thing we keep entirely ours.